Neighbors for Neighbors, since Hurricane Andrew, when it started, it's always been a really important, good force for the whole community, and we're happy to do it, happy to be involved.
In this day and age, people need to start helping their neighbors. A feeling that you've never experienced before in your life.
Neighbors for Neighbors is that partner there, that neighbor stepping up to the plate, and they're providing such necessary services to our community.
For nearly 2 decades, Neighbors for Neighbors built a legacy upon connecting the community and helping neighbors in need.
Welcome to the Fall Neighbors for Neighbors special, Helping Feels Good. I'm Nicole Maristani. Throughout the year, we share stories of neighbors like you coming together to help others. And many times, as you will see, the outcomes are amazing. Over the next half hour, we'll share some of our favorite stories from the past few months. Each story will show you how helping feels good. And we hope it inspires you to join us in our mission of connecting those in need with those who can help. We begin with the story about a group of students who decided not to spend their summer break on the beach or at the movies, but instead took time off to give back to some South Florida charities. Here's CBS 4's Maribel Rodriguez with more on their work with one of our nonprofit partners, Hands on Broward.
I've learned like a million more things about our community.
It's not a typical lazy summer for these local teens, but these aren't your typical teens either.
I've experienced a lot of cooperation with a lot of my team members inside the camp.
While taking a break from the books, they're committing to community service through summer camp at Hands on Broward.
It's a group of 41 diverse students who've not only connected with each other, but really had an opportunity to connect more with the critical social and environmental issues around Broward County.
Field trips turn into service experiences and ultimately inspiration for the students.
It energizes you, it gets you going, it makes you want to help and actually reach out.
Environmental issues, senior citizens, helping to serve the homeless and hungry here in South Florida.
Today, the team volunteers at Feeding South Florida, packing boxes of food for the families they serve. The organization is just one of Hands on Broward's of nonprofit partners.
We have about 600 nonprofit partners right here in Broward County and expanding every day.
And though their week of camp ends here, you get the sense that their dedication to service is just getting started.
I'll probably come back to the places we visited and do more with Hands on Broward throughout the school year and stuff.
Maribel Rodriguez, CBS 4 News.
Based on the program's popularity, the organization plans to offer service opportunities during school breaks throughout the year. And here's another community initiative Neighbors for Neighbors collaborated on with Hands on Broward and the Children's Services Council, our annual Back to School campaign. Each August, many South Florida families struggle with the cost of sending their students back to school. Pencils, notebooks, uniforms, and backpacks really start to add up. The collection effort ensures that some of the most vulnerable students go to school with the supplies they need to succeed.
These families are living in unstable conditions. They are either near eviction or just parents might have lost a job, or they're just in need of school supplies and back to school things.
The cost to completely outfit one child is just $30. In total, $90,000 was raised in this year's effort. But it wasn't just about the money. Volunteers of all ages were needed to stuff backpack supplies and get them ready for distribution.
I've been passing out colored pencils and filling up bags.
We had about 100 volunteers show up today. We had several register, and we had several volunteers just walk through the door willing to help.
For more information on the Children's Services Council programs and Hands on Broward volunteer opportunities, visit neighborsforneighbors.org. And now to another story also about spreading kindness. Neighbors for Neighbors kindness cards are meant to be given to people to thank them for being kind. A special message is printed on the back in both English and Spanish, acknowledging individuals for performing random acts of kindness. To make the cards even more attractive, Neighbors teamed up with the YMCA in Broward and Miami-Dade and called on the Y's summer campers to draw a thank you message of kindness.
It's a great opportunity for a teaching moment with the kids.
Just the excitement and the buzz with the counselors and the kids, I mean, has just been amazing. And, being able to just hear, what they're talking about and how they're going to be able to make a difference in the world.
Neighbors for Neighbors Facebook fans voted on the top 6 entries of 20 finalists from Miami-Dade and Broward counties. The winning drawings were printed and distributed throughout the YMCA's after-school programs, local schools, and the community at large. People are encouraged to share them with others when they notice kindness in action. For more information on how you can get kindness cards to share with others, stay tuned to the end of the show. Cleaning out your closet can be a great feeling, and donating your discards is even better. Now, with at-home pickup service, the Salvation Army has made it easier than ever for your donated goods to make a difference.
It's great when you come in here and you spend money, because when you donate or you buy something from one of our stores, then it allows us to help guys who really need it.
The Salvation Army's Rehabilitation Center in downtown Miami helps more than 100 men commit to sober living every 6 months.
And so the guys that come in the front door are really committed and are trying very hard to get clean and sober and get back on their feet and be self-sufficient.
And through personal and professional development programs, they help turn around lives every day, like Alejandro Martinez.
It was awful. I had no control whatsoever. I thought, I rationalized and thought that I was doing the right thing to the point that it was insane. It was insane because I knew better.
Prison was Alejandro's breaking point.
It was just a realization that if I kept going, I was never going to do anything with my life.
Now, Alejandro works for the Salvation Army Family Stores, the very place that creates a revenue source to fund the program that he says gave him a second chance.
It feels great to be able to give back to what's been so freely given to me.
For more information on the Salvation Army Family Stores and programs, visit our website at neighborsforneighbors.org. Now, still ahead, a major makeover. A national TV show and team of volunteers give a local charity a new look. Breathing brings healing. Why some veterans say an ancient practice is saving lives. And later,
it's all made such a difference in my life.
20 years of caring. Take a look at 2 decades of Neighbors for Neighbors, connecting those in need with those who can help. Stay with us. Welcome back. A local nonprofit stepped into the national spotlight when a network TV show stepped up for a makeover. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo teamed up with us here at Neighbors for Neighbors to share the story.
Top-notch designers from Lifetime's TV show Designing Spaces stopped in South Florida to make over local charity Kids in Distress. The nonprofit is well known as a haven for families in Broward County going through tough times. Offering all these services takes a toll on the building, so the group was excited to learn Designing Spaces would be moving in with the teams of volunteers to, well, move everything out. And the new space, all spruced up, took everyone by surprise. The volunteers that worked tirelessly to transform this space say all the time spent remodeling paid off in just a matter of minutes.
I'm Lisa Petrillo, CBS 4 News.
One of the annual programs Neighbors for Neighbors looks forward to participating in each year is the Muscular Dystrophy Association's Show of Strength. The show shares stories about how MDA has helped people with muscular diseases and their families. Earlier this year, we sat down with Vance Paris, who lives with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. He shared his story about how MDA has helped his quality of life.
Every visit to the doctor, MDA has been there.
5 years ago, after months of uncertainty with his health, Vance Paris heard news that was difficult to hear from his doctors.
Until they tell you for sure, you know, you have a little more hope that it's nothing serious, and then the bomb gets dropped and you have to start dealing with it.
The diagnosis was ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease.
What I've chosen to do is try and be very positive.
Vance and his family searched for support and found it in programs funded by the Muscular Dystrophy Association. One of the biggest things the MDA has done for Vance is help make him mobile with an electric wheelchair.
It's really a difference maker in quality of life.
MDA not only helps provide essential medical equipment to people with muscular diseases, but sends children to summer camp, provides vaccines and medicines to those in need, and helps support their families through the journey. Now, what would you say about your family if you had the chance? One South Florida mother shared her family story after entering CBS 4's Circle of Life essay contest. The grand prize, tickets to see the Lion King's Broadway Across America performance, a weekend stay at a local hotel, and a family portrait.
Well, it's been a wonderful gift for our family.
Janet wrote in about her Circle of Life, a very happy one, full of joy from the 3 foster children she's adopted.
Seems like a great experience for the whole family, knowing that she's writing about us.
It's an inspiration to me, like the way that she cares about us.
In addition to managing her busy household, Janet runs a nonprofit dedicated to helping Haitian immigrants here in South Florida through South Florida Urban Ministries. Throughout the year, Neighbors participates in programs to honor our country's veterans, and one of the most unique organizations we've come across helps vets cope with the challenges of coming back home through yoga.
One of the biggest things we hear is that they sleep. And across the board, it doesn't matter if they've just recently come back from Iraq, Afghanistan, or they came back from World War II.
Coming home after war can be a difficult process, and many veterans say one of their biggest challenges is a simple one: falling asleep.
I remember going through our first class, and within 10 to 15 minutes of breathing, because it was a very gentle class, I fell asleep. And that was the first time I was able to go to sleep without taking any medication for who knows how many years.
Connected Warriors offers veterans of all ages and their families free yoga classes. They say the process helps vets heal after war.
And what we have found and what studies show is that by finding a state of relaxation, whatever modalities and whatever other therapies they're having are much more effective.
That was the case for Sergeant Hugo Patrocinio, who returned after 2 tours in Iraq with brain injuries sustained from a suicide bomber. He now suffers from PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, and credits the program with saving his life.
For me personally, I believe it definitely impacted my whole life. You know, I wouldn't know what I would be. I have no idea where I would be if it wasn't for the practice. It definitely helped me get better physically, mentally, and even spiritually.
He now volunteers as a teacher for Connected Warriors and helps introduce other vets to yoga. And according to him, that's not an easy thing to do.
We're a very physical, group of men and women. But sometimes I think it takes some, maybe not physical, but internal courage to try to step out of the box.
The hardest thing is get the vets to the mats.
But despite the difficulty, for Patrocinio, it's just another challenge he's happy to take on.
To hopefully, at least make this practice available to them so that they could see it, if they could use it, and hopefully help them cope like it's helped me, with these symptoms, so they can move on with their lives.
If you have a veteran in your life that you'd like to introduce to the Connected Warriors program, stay tuned to the end of the show for contact information. Now, coming up, Calm After the Storm. We'll take a look back at how Neighbors for Neighbors began after Hurricane Andrew. And South Florida celebrates how the community has come together in honor of our 20th anniversary. Stay with us. Welcome back. This year marked 20 years of Neighbors for Neighbors, fulfilling our mission of connecting those in need with those who can help across South Florida and our country, and in some cases, the world. And in honor of our anniversary, Neighbors for Neighbors received a special proclamation from the City Commission of Miami-Dade County. The honor declared our founding date as Neighbors for Neighbors Day in commemoration of our 20th anniversary. Commissioner Linda Bell from District 8 presented the proclamation and described the important relief work Neighbors did in her district of South Miami-Dade after Hurricane Andrew, and how we continue to serve the community today. Veterans and visitors also helped us celebrate our anniversary on Flag Day at Mardi Gras Casino in Hollywood. The local business has been involved with Neighbors for Neighbors since our start.
Originally, we started right with Neighbors for Neighbors the day after Andrew. Many of our employees volunteered their time as soon as they could get here on the road and delivered all kinds of ice, goods, diapers, canned items to Homestead.
It's a commitment the folks at Mardi Gras are just as passionate about 2 decades later. They continued their support this summer, generously donating $10,000 in honor of our anniversary. Also in celebration of our 20 years of service to South Florida, Neighbors for Neighbors hosted a 20th anniversary breakfast at the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, where we honored those that have made the past 20 years possible, our partners. 20 organizations and individuals were recognized for their partnership with Neighbors for Neighbors throughout the years. And CBS 4 meteorologist Jeff Birardelli emceed the event.
I'm really proud and really excited to be here because the partnership between CBS 4 and Neighbors for Neighbors is so unique. We help to not only connect the dots in the community, but also facilitate positive change. And it is so wonderful for a news organization to be involved with that.
And we invite all of our neighbors to join in the celebration by participating in our 20 for 20 campaign. Your $20 donation in honor of 20 years can help Neighbors for Neighbors fulfill our mission for years to come. Celebrating our anniversary gave us an opportunity to reflect back and share some of our biggest accomplishments, from our beginnings in the aftermath of Hurricane Andrew to our latest projects using the power of technology and social media to make human connections. We're proud of our past, and we're looking forward to the future.
August 24th, 1992, Hurricane Andrew hit South Florida, with the eye of the storm set for South Miami-Dade.
And I remember just driving through all of the various areas and into Homestead. And, you know, and it seemed like a war zone. It just seemed like a bomb had exploded. And there were pieces all over the place. I get chills thinking about that, what I saw.
But out of the crisis of Hurricane Andrew's aftermath, an organization committed to restoring the community was born.
The interesting thing is we opened up the phone lines. It was a great way of getting the community to just feel a part of the solution.
This gentleman's giving us some tarps for people that can put a cover over their roofs in South Dade.
I said, you know, this works too well, let's turn it into a nonprofit. And that's when we applied for a nonprofit status for the organization.
20 years later, the mission to unite those who can help with those in need continues.
Neighbors for Neighbors, since Hurricane Andrew, when it started, it's always been a really important, good force for the whole community, and we're happy to do it, happy to be involved.
I have never, in my 50 years as a broadcaster, been involved with a group like Neighbors for Neighbors and the Magic Children's Fund, where in 30 minutes we can get the thing going.
There's no money that I would get paid to learn what I've learned in this phone bank. So maybe it's selfish. I've helped other people, but it's helped me a lot.
In this day and age, people need to start helping their neighbors. The feeling that you've never experienced before in your life. And it's only a feeling that you get when you give to people like that.
I remember back in 2005 when Hurricane Wilma and Katrina hit the area, we were able to reach out to a lot of people. That neighbor became our focus, the way where floodgate kind of opened up and everybody knew what is available.
With Neighbors for Neighbors, they connect us with the people who are in need in the community directly, and that we have this 18 million pounds of food that we can use to feed the elderly, the disabled, and the needy in Miami-Dade and Broward County.
I got the opportunity to go to Haiti and take a few of these bears. It really is amazing to see how a bear, a teddy bear, can do so much.
It's all made such a difference in my life, and I'm just so grateful to Neighbors for Neighbors for helping me.
My friends at Neighbors for Neighbors came through with the money for the linen and household items, and it's just worked out perfect.
Knowing that we are impacting somebody local. It's not just global or one person. Each center took on a family that they adopted, and you know you had that impact for several families, Broward and Dade County. I think that says a lot about this organization.
It's helped us because Neighbors for Neighbors really offers us the opportunity to do more than just capacity building within the nonprofits. It allows us to go to actual clients and provide that real direct service that oftentimes we're not able to do.
Our signature program, the Fill a Backpack campaign, Neighbors has been there since the beginning. We formed a partnership then, and 15 years and 75,000 backpacks and 90,000 books later, we've helped all of those children go to school prepared for success. And without Neighbors, we really wouldn't have had those connections in the community that we've had in Kids for Kids.
Neighbors for Neighbors is that partner there, that neighbor stepping up to the plate, and they're providing such necessary services to our community.
On behalf of my foundation, also with Neighbors for Neighbors, with everything that they do. So it's just a great partnership.
I think almost all of our success is due to partnerships. Truly, the reason we are able to act so quickly and respond so quickly and really solve so many problems is because we have these partnerships all over Dade and Broward.
The combination is so powerful in that we as a news organization are out in the community and we really are on the front lines of seeing people in need, and just having a nonprofit right there with us to be able to react to some of those needs so quickly is just a powerful combination.
I don't think there's a partnership like this anywhere in the country, where a major broadcaster has partnered with a nonprofit for 20 years and used the power of broadcast to connect those in need with those who can help. We are going to tap into the time, talents, and treasures that others have out there. We're going to do that by using today's technology to make human connections.
20 years of community. 20 years of connections. 20 years of caring.
We'd like to thank our generous supporters and underwriters for helping Neighbors for Neighbors continue to make community connections for our neighbors in need. The Herbert Hoover Foundation, CBS 4, and MyTV 33. We hope these stories have touched and inspired you. They represent only some of the good Neighbors for Neighbors does all year long. And we couldn't do it without you, our viewers, our neighbors. Your generous contributions allow us to help families in crisis rebuild their lives. Donations are tax deductible, and you can go onto our website at neighborsforneighbors.org to make a secure credit card contribution. And you can help celebrate this special anniversary year with us by joining our 20 for 20 campaign. Make a donation of just $20 in honor of Neighbors for Neighbors' 20th anniversary. If you would like more information on any of the stories featured today, visit our website, connect with us through social media, or call our phone bank at 305-597-4404. Thank you for joining us. I'm Nicole Maristani. Remember, you really can make a difference by helping our neighbors, and helping feels good.